I be able to do anything about it? And so I had to rearrange where all my guns are.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's recently became friends with and we're hanging out with BJ Baldwin. If you're from, I know you were out in Vegas. I don't know if you guys would know each other or not.
We know each other.
I would have thought.
We have mutual friends, but
have to. Yeah, it would have to be some overlap of worlds there.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, he was. I like his daily carry. The Glock 19 he carries is really nice. I mean, it also seems to work.
Glocks pretty much are just like they always work most of the time.
Well, that's anything mechanical.
I feel like, yeah, if you don't like do too much crazy shit and change them, like they're super dependable.
Well, it's just like a vehicle, right? Like the more you upgrade and make it yours, the less,
parts, yeah,
the less reliable it becomes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck, they are great pistols though. I've always liked having a Glock.
I like Glocks too.
Yep. Yeah, I need to fancy mine up a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I should also probably go shoot more, which is something I really want to go do.
Oh, I'm going this weekend to Andy's farm. But so the problem is that I don't like indoor ranges.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Oh, fucking worst.
Why are they so loud?
So spoiled in Vegas because there's so many outdoor
ranges. You can just
go
out to the desert.
Or you can just go to the desert. Same with Colorado. Like, you can just go out to the desert and set up your own stuff. So moving here, there's like almost no outdoor ranges. And the few that there are private. So, and they aren't allowing new memberships at the ones I looked up.
So you have to be like part of a club, right?
It's kind of part of a club. Like they're private, so you get a membership.
Pull this a hair closer.
Sorry, can you not hear me?
There we go.
Better? Okay.
Yeah.
So, they're private. So you have to get a membership. And sometimes if the memberships are full, they won't do new memberships until like someone dies or moves or whatever. So I'm going to go to Andy's farm and start setting up my targets there. And then eventually, if like I'm allowed to go anytime I want, I might be able to take people there.
Sure,
but you have to sign a waiver.
Totally understand.
Like, yeah. He said, because it's his
well, like,
property.
man, and I feel the same way, like, getting to know Andy recently, and he's like, oh, come train anytime you want. Yeah. I'm still not comfortable with going to train anytime I want.
We've talked about this so many times where he's like, you can go anytime you want, but I still, like, this morning, I was like,
is it cool if I come train?
I'm going to go and shoot now, but, like, can I go? And he's like, duh. And I'm like, but it's not like I don't live there.
No, right. I feel the same way that, like, you know, I don't want to just show up at the fucking. No, I fucking hate it.
Even like if you're my, like, Andy's one of my best friends in the whole world. I'm like, I still feel weird. Like, I'm not gonna just walk into your house. Even if I like show up, I'm gonna knock. I'm not just gonna show up to your property and be like, this is mine now.
No, for sure. Okay.
Not until you give me a key.
So as I'm not only new to St. Louis, I've never, despite being around the fitness industry a long time, the first fourth thing is still very new to me.
Okay.
What got you all involved with that? Okay. I'm curious because they do a different thing.
Yeah, they do. So I've actually been with the company, not the beginning, but close to it. So I think it's been like 7 years maybe.
All right.
Yeah. So so when I was training for my first bodybuilding show in Colorado, tried all the proteins. They're super gross. I freaking hated doing protein shakes because I was buying them from like GNC or like Walmart or like whatever. And I saw an ad. I had just gotten Instagram too, like literally.
Like that week.
Like literally. I had no posts yet. I had like maybe 2. I had just gotten Instagram. And I saw an ad for First Form about like their protein or whatever. And so I bought some of their products and tried it. And I was like, these are delicious.
Right.
And then I saw
make it taste like candy.
Well, they had that cereal flavor protein before a lot of people were doing that. It was like Fruit Loops with like a Loop-de-Fruit and then like Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavor. And I tried that with like milk and I was like, this tastes like I'm freaking drinking, like eating cereal, but it was so good. So then I saw that they were doing their athlete search, and this was the first time they had done that. So they do athlete searches. It was their very first one.
So like once a year?
So now it's different. So at first it was like one person, one athlete, win 10 grand. And this girl, her name is Amy. She was a motocross rider. She won the first one.
Okay.
And then the second round.
Now, how does the contest work?
It's mostly just through Instagram. Like,
so people vote?
No, like first form. So like there's a lot of people at first form who will discuss and talk about people they see. But at first, because there was way less people involved in first form,
Yep.
it was mostly just through Instagram. Like you would, like for me, like when I entered again for the second time, there was another round where it was 5 athletes they were doing. And so from, I don't know, August to December or something, there was like 1 winner a month for 5.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, like, you know, and so you would just post on Instagram and they would have you maybe do like, ask you to do videos, talk about yourself or whatever. And it would just kind of be like, just trying to like show who you were, and like why you thought you should be a winner. And I fucking never thought that I would win. 'Cause I was like, this is like, right, no Instagram, like new podunk town in Colorado no one's ever freaking heard of. And I was like the last winner.
Oh, so you got like the 5. Okay.
Yeah, I was the 5th.
So you've entered now 6 times.
I entered, yeah, like every time, you know, I didn't feel I didn't think I was going to win. I was just like, I liked the company, and the more I got involved in, like, I liked the products, but the more I learned about who they were and what they stood for and like their values, the more I really wanted to be a part of it. And then I met Andy and like Sal and a lot of the first form guys at the Olympia in September.
Okay.
That was like my first time meeting them in person, and I was like, these people are awesome. Like they were really cool and normal. Like it was like meeting like just normal people.
Right.
There's no ego or anything.
No, it's really strange. Like Andy and I know some of the same people, right? And so, you know, being here, there's been this weird like flirting. Like is what I've called it. It's like one of us will text and like we're busy or something else, but we're interested in meeting, but neither of us are trying too hard.
Yeah,
like I guess is what it is, because it's like, yo, this will work out. I know it will.
Right.
But we don't have to try to rush or make it weird. And so it's cool, man. It was really cool getting to meet the guy. Like
he's awesome.
He's a fucking motivating dude, man.
Yeah. He's just like super normal too. Like I think people always like, he seems like a lot online, I think.
Well, but you have to. Like all of our personalities
like
there have to be
though.
curated. Well, sure, but it's just all of Andy when he's stoked, like when he's really fired up. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, there is a chill level too of relaxing, right? Yeah. Like we all have it, but when Andy's fired up, that's Andy.
Yeah, that's literally who he is. Like how he talks, it's like that's just how he talks all the time. Like if you get him fired up, it's like he's not yelling at. He's just excited.
I can tell you're loud, but I feel positive that your energy's good.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's been cool to see, and man, coming from the outside in, like it always looks so cultish. Like I just didn't get it.
It kind of.
Because I was like, is this some type of multi-level marketing thing that I'm missing? What's the Herbalife kick here of why so many people give a shit?
So when I first started, there was, 6 athletes.
Sure.
Or like maybe a little more, but like mostly it was like a very small group. And like obviously the company was a lot smaller. And I've seen it grow and change and evolve over the years. And I could see how someone on the outside, because people are obsessed.
Yes. Yeah. That's the thing, because you're like, and I'm like, it's a supplement.
I know,
I don't
but it's
understand.
honestly so much more.
I'm getting it.
I get it. I know it, because it's like, oh, it's supplements like protein, and I'm like, honestly, besides the fact that they do make good products, that's not why people care so much. No. It's the people who are involved, because I've honestly never met so many incredible, amazing humans than I have like through First Form, because like they definitely cultivate bringing in people who are awesome. Like they have good morals.
They're
and
building
values.
of a culture.
That's exactly
what it really is. And to even hear Andy say it was something pretty eye opening to me. It was like, we're not a supplement company, we're a media company. And I'm like,
it's changed.
It is.
Yeah. It started as a supplement company.
Sure.
And then it evolved into
But once
more.
you got that part figured out, like to be more than that, you have to have a message.
100%. And if you want to keep growing, like you're making products that technically people don't need. Like they're going to help people, but nobody needs them, right?
Right.
So like
this was one of my biggest concerns with HVIII going into March. Whenever things went to shit, I was like, I don't make a single thing people need.
Exactly. So like you have to build a culture that people want to be a part of, and it has to be sustainable. Like there's a lot of other fitness companies that have popped up who didn't give a shit about helping people. They just wanted to make money or to look
and there's so many
prettiest.
scams too.
So many.
Like my first year at the Arnold, my booth backed up against what What's his fucking name? Something Shreds.
Shreds. Oh, yeah.
That
they
guy.
don't exist anymore.
Yeah, they're gone. Well, because he was faking contest and everything.
Faking everything.
Which, I mean, I guess it's not like someone sued him and he had to pay any money back. He just doesn't get to exist.
That was like a big part of like when first form, because Shreds was like the biggest supplement company at the time when like first form, like they'd been around, but they were like coming up. And it was like, we don't want to be this.
Oh, it's so
gross, even if they're doing well,
dude.
we don't want to be this. And I'm like, thank fucking God.
It's so gross. Dude. Like that whole thing. And then
like what's wrong with the fitness industry, but like focused in one specific area.
I was so confused by it because like as my like first year doing an Arnold thing as well, that's not the crowd that I exist in, right? Like the Fitspo crowd. I don't. I'm from the strength side of things with like athletes and the competitors and those stuff. And so like being there at this booth, and I remember like standing there and there's this fucking gigantic line of skinny dudes in stringer tanks and like all in their 19 to 23. And I just remember looking at this line. I'm like, who are you guys waiting to meet?
Dude.
And they're like, oh, it's a Dylan Shreds. It started with a D.
Oh, I know. I know who you're talking. He's little.
Yeah, oh yeah, tiny little fucker.
He had like a big issue with. He got caught like photoshopping.
Yes, everything.
All of his shit.
Everything.
So I actually know Joey Swole.
Okay.
Okay, he was a part of Shreds. I like Joey as a person. I don't even like how we met was so weird, but he's actually seems like a nice person. But like, he was a part of Shreds for a long time, but he was like. Maybe corporate, like not. He was like he had money invested in Shreds.
Gotcha.
But he was also like one of their big athletes. But yeah, But I mean, like online,
just fake contests and like fake winners. Dude. It's like look, early internet, early social media. You could pull shit off like that.
Yeah, people didn't know.
No, and then the more there's just too much. There's too many eyes, too much information to fucking be sneaky anymore. It's like people that run contests and never actually do the giveaway. Dude. Like we try to immediately post like the first of the next month. Like these motherfuckers won. We sent it. Yeah, like they can. Yes. We sent them things
all the time. I'm like, no way. I've never heard of anyone winning this. Mm-hmm. Like what is that Omaze concert?
Yeah, with all the cars.
There's no way that's real. I've never heard of anyone winning.
Well, but think about it. If there's only 12 winners a year, it's not a lot of people.
No, I still.
Well, I know Keaton and them fucking straight up give away fucking cars with the diesel thing. No,
they do. Which
is incredible.
Yeah, a lot of times they buy them back. I see.
Well, it seems what happens is sometimes someone wins, and if they're the same way I kind of feel about because I want to do a giveaway with my Tundra at some point.
Yeah.
But it's like, if the person I pick to win like lives in an apartment in Venice, California. I've ruined their life with this vehicle. Like you can't fucking park it anywhere. It gets 9 miles to the gallon. Yeah. Like it's the worst thing I could ever send to you.
In California, yeah.
Right. So would you offer a cash prize?
That makes sense.
Right. And so that's typically what you do.
Yeah.
Because oh god, imagine if like you lived on the Lower East Side of Manhattan and I was like, you just won a truck on 38s, and this is going to be terrible for you.
You literally can't drive it down the street because it doesn't fit.
I've punished you.
Yeah.
It's like, sir, no.
Gotcha, bitch.
Well, that was an Oprah thing that happened years ago. Like, she did a thing where she gave away a car to everyone, but then everyone had to pay the taxes on it, and like she had never planned.
Couldn't pay the taxes.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Well, like they weren't planning on getting some $30,000 minivan or some shit that day, and so just like you've ruined what we have going on.
This isn't fun.
No. All right, so I'm fascinated with you because you fit into the fitness industry.
Maybe not anymore.
Well, to some extent, right?
Right.
It's definitely how people know you. We also have tattooing.
Yes.
And then that's how I originally know you because of Nico.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah, so because we share an artist.
Yeah.
And there's not a ton of people who get tattooed by him, so
it's true.
It's easy enough to be like, oh shit, you have word from Nico. It's sweet. I'm trying to help him out with some new apparel for Black Anchor, so excited about that.
He's the best.
He's the best, dude.
Such a nice person.
Yeah, he's always been super super rad and does great work and
phenomenal artist.
Yeah. So you give me the rundown. Where did we start? Where are you born?
Born in Meeker, Colorado.
Meeker, okay, so Colorado originally.
Colorado, yeah. like rundown of just like career.
Yeah. Not like not looking for elementary school or anything,
like,
but
what are we doing here?
So I know that you got to Vegas.
So I guess it would be. So I lived in Colorado, born and raised.
So you tattooing in Colorado before Vegas?
Yeah, I did my apprenticeship I move a lot, so I did my apprenticeship in Colorado.
As nomads do.
Yeah,
it's part of the
gig. I did a show for tattooing, and then right after that, I moved to Florida.
What type of show?
Ink Master.
Oh, right on. Okay. How was that?
Terrible.
You don't care for that experience?
It's such like I should feel very thankful because honestly, it has helped my career a lot. Of course,
it's still exposure.
It just like I think the show got canceled recently, so they put it on Netflix.
Well,
so
but
now
it was on air forever.
But now it's on Netflix, so people are seeing it.
Oh
again.
no! What season are you on?
I don't. No one go watch it. I don't want anyone to. It's so embarrassing. It's because how many years ago was this? 5-6 years ago or something?
Okay.
So when I did it, I was like, I don't know, 22, 23? How old was I? Yeah, 23 maybe. And like barely been tattooing like 3 years. So and the youngest and least experienced person on the show. And like going on that show, it's canceled now. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
You can say whatever you want.
But I have been ruining this show for a lot of people. So they
it's still reality TV.
It's a reality TV show.
Yeah.
So like, but I didn't know what I was getting into, and they dress you.
No way.
Okay.
Like wardrobe the whole way fucking through.
So like before I got there, they would say stuff like, "Hey, we have to dress you. We have to buy you clothes because of like copyright issues with like brands and stuff. So send us pictures of what you normally wear."
Black t-shirt and jeans, sir.
Pretty much. I'm like, I wear like gym clothes mostly. Like I wear leggings and t-shirts, and I wear hats when I tattoo and sneakers. And they're like, anything you won't wear. I'm like, won't wear heels, won't wear crop tops. So like I show up, and like the contract I signed is crazy. So I show up, and they are like, it's in New York, and really it's in Newark, New Jersey.
It's basically like downtown. It's
same. So you
welcome to Manhattan, kinda.
Once you land there, they put you in a hotel room, secluded. They take your phone and your ID and your money and everything, so you can't leave.
Oh, so and it's also Ink Masters is like a season.
Yeah.
So you're there for
like months, but so
months.
Yeah, I think I was there for how many months was I there for? 2. I made it a little over
like fucking
halfway.
8 weeks.
It was a while. Yeah. So,
holy shit. Okay.
So I get there, and then they bring in like wardrobe for us to try on, and it's freaking like red leather pants, high heels, crop tops, and I'm like,
just like someone looked at you and like,
they literally,
girl with tattoos, we'll go get the hot topic and
if you watch
bring
the
in what we
seasons,
got.
you can pay attention to like they have certain like characters they kind of like cater to. So I was that girl. Like there's a few other girls from other seasons. I'm like, we're in the same fucking thing. I'm like, I would never wear that. I complained enough for like they finally got me like boots and sneakers and stopped giving me like
weird. You don't tattoo in a ball gown?
Like winter time too. So they're like crop tops in winter in the snow. Pretend like you're not freezing. I'm like fucking dying.
Is it just producers are like, we have an attractive female. We need to make sure that the audience knows that they're attractive.
Literally what it was. And I think for sure they thought I was gonna be a bitch. So like I get there and I'm like not wearing clothes that I would normally wear. So I'm already uncomfortable where I like you're pretty much on house arrest while you're there. And then like there was another girl on the show who had an accent, and they were like told me like we need you to have like less of an accent. Talk
different.
Pretty much. And like I'm a sarcastic person, and it's like a coping mechanism. So I'm like uncomfortable, and they would do stuff, and I would just make shitty comments, and they're like, this is serious. So they were like, wouldn't let me be like sarcastic, wouldn't let me like talk the way I do, wouldn't let me dress the way I do. I'm just like fucking. And like I had been training for a show, so I was eating like 7 times a day and working out every day. Wasn't allowed to go to the gym, wasn't working out. Like sometimes they don't feed you because like they'll withhold food for like scenes. Like if this is your job. If you don't finish a scene, no one fucking eats.
No one eats.
Yeah,
Go
literally.
Fuck yourself, sir.
So,
I'm an adult.
When you eat, it's like cold. Like you're literally not an adult there. Like you're not a person. You're pretty much like your job, your property. You're an animal. Like they don't treat you good at all. And like they have guards at all the exits, so like you can't leave or go outside. It's fucking crazy. So like the most stressful atmosphere you can imagine, and they're like, do perfect tattoos. and then be judged.
Right. In a hurry.
Yeah, in a hurry. Like, you don't get any time to prepare.
On weird clientele.
On clientele. Yeah, people we choose specifically to sit terrible and be a problem. So, like, good luck.
Oh, God. Now, I mean, would the actual tattoo portion be not gamed as much? Like,
so here, it's reality, but like the tattoos are real, obviously. But
sure.
What they do, at least for my season, every season's a little different. But for my season, is that they cut down how much time you get to prepare the drawing. So like for me personally, like even now, like I'll spend days drawing something.
Sure.
Like sometimes I'll spend more.
Well, but you're also a tattoo artist that's doing quality over quality over quantity,
yeah,
right? And so
yeah. So they're like, you had like an hour to eat lunch, talk to your client, and draw a tattoo. That was a 6-hour tattoo that needed to be perfect. So like that is literally nothing.
No, it's a terrible
and like
amount
especially
of time.
like I did like firsts while I was there. Like I'd never tattooed a hand before or an armpit or like anything like or like things I'd never seen before. And so like it's awful.
And I do believe it's a challenging show, right? Because you have to do a big variety of tattoos.
Yeah. And like they definitely game it. Like
of course.
So like even if you do a good tattoo and they want you to go home, those judges will rip you fucking apart. And the people watching are like, they don't fucking know.
Now
they don't know what they're looking at. So
do you have any way to like play to the judges, or is it
yes.
or is it really that like the producers know that the judges are gonna fucking shut them down?
You can play to the producers for sure.
Gotcha. Because the producers are actually making decisions.
Yeah, absolutely. Like all the judges have like earpieces.
Yeah,
so like there was times where like you could tell they didn't want to say something, and they literally say that. They'd be like, I don't want to fucking do that. Like, no, I don't fucking want to do it. And then they'd be like, that shit fucking sucks. And I'm like, okay. Well, you did it.
It sucks, right? Like, because it's knowing how faked reality TV is that I feel like has fucked it up. But then again, people love it.
People don't know that it's fake.
I know.
Because you know how many people I meet, like from like people who found me through the show and then still end up liking me. I'm like, don't know.
despite finding me on Ink Masters, they still are interested in me.
They'll be like, they love it, and then I'm like, I'm gonna ruin it for you if you love it because it's just not real. I'm like,
right.
It's just not. And like,
well, look, I like the original season of The Real World. Like one of the things about that, right? Like, so they were in that house for 3 months and they had 2 camera crews running at all time, 24 hours a day. Ugh. So there's 6 camera groups that rotate on 8-hour shifts to film a 30-minute show once a week.
Yeah. So
right?
Like our episodes.
So they film all fucking day.
Yeah. Our episodes, like one episode takes 2 to 3 days.
Sure, right?
And like even when the cameras are off, the microphones are not.
And not only that, like they're giving you guys things to do.
Oh, 100%.
With the original season of Real World, they didn't give them shit. They were just like, we're going to keep an eye on them, see what happens.
See what happens.
And it's actually good because you got to see humans, like strangers actually in a house. Like later seasons of The Real World, dude, they shot in under a month. Yeah. Because they just started buying warehouses in their studios. They have perfect lighting and perfect rooms and overhead cameras and everything else. It's too cost inefficient.
Oh, 100%.
To do it the other way.
Absolutely.
It's like, it's cheap. We need one camera crew that's there for 8 hours and then not film anything else.
Yeah, 100%. Like it makes sense.
You have to do it.
Yeah, it makes sense why they do things that way.
Yeah, there's a reason they're all scripted because it's efficient.
Yeah, and even if it's not scripted, they definitely like coerce you into what's
right. Like, let's say scripted as in like scenarios. Yeah, the scenarios are scripted. Yeah, can I get that again? But maybe you're more pissed.
Maybe you should say it like this, but maybe you should say this exactly. Do you want a whiteboard?
So would you do reality TV again?
If it was like the Travel Channel, that sounds great.
What
I want Andrew's like
Andrew Zimmerman? Would you do?
Or what's the other guy's name who I love?
Bourdain,
Anthony Bourdain. I would take his job.
Yeah, well, he's not around for it anymore.
I know, but
dude, super bummer.
So sad.
Recently
saw
an auction online, and if I had an additional $290,000 laying around that I needed to spend on a thing.
Yeah.
If I had $1 million cash, I'd buy it.
Right.
That's how cool I think it is, right? Like I'd burn 25% of what I fucking have to get it. It's a knife Bob Kramer made. So it's a chef's knife Bob Kramer made, which is already fucking rad. It was made by him with Bourdain for Anthony. And the blade is Damascus steel with meteorite built in.
Oh my gosh.
So the knife alone sold for like $230. And then the other cash is Anthony Bourdain's like personal watch. His Panerai.
I don't think I would want his watch. That like kind of creeps me out.
I'd happily wear that watch.
Okay. I like the knife though. I think the knife's cool.
Like what a cool, priceless thing with a story that captures a cool time. Like it's neat when the story behind a thing's cooler than the thing.
Agreed.
And that thing's really cool.
Yeah, that also helps.
Yeah, it's probably a fucking multi-$1,000 knife. I can't think of what Bob Kramer's charging for knives anyway, but
probably a few grand at least.
Yeah, damn it, that would be a cool thing to own.
Yeah.
Collect anything?
No, I'm not a I don't collect. I'm not a thing person.
So like tattoo shops you've had, you don't have what like your decor. They do vary per tattoo shop quite a bit.
Oh, the ones I've been to?
Or the ones that you've had. I know that you're setting up your studio.
I've never owned one.
Oh, so this will be your first studio.
First studio.
Sick,
no, I've always worked in someone else's shop.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not like a thing. I like knives and guns, but I don't like, I wouldn't say that's collecting. They're not like rare pieces.
Right, like this bullshit.
Yeah, see, I don't have any of that
I only have it for here. This isn't like shit I'd keep at the house.
Gotcha.
I'll keep my treasures. Podcast table treasures as they'll be.
I don't know. I've never been a big I don't know. There's like nothing that I like enough of one thing that I would want all the things.
That's fair.
And I'm not like I've moved so many times. Like I just started getting things that I like need.
Oh,
like
shit.
Chairs. Because I moved like across the country 3 times in the last 6 years.
Oh shit.
So like when I moved to Vegas was the first time I bought like furniture, and then moving to St. Louis I'm like I probably need chairs.
Probably need places to sit.
I got a couch, but like I don't have chairs to sit in when I eat, so
they're nice occasionally.
I know. Well, I just like because I'm always in rentals, and I'm like I'm only gonna be here for maybe 3 years. And if I move again, it's such a pain in the dick to move all your shit.
Yeah.
And it's just me, so it's not like. And I don't have people over ever.
So you feel in St. Louis? You gonna maybe stick around for a bit?
I'll have to be here for 3 years. My lease for my studio is 3.
There you go. So you at least have that.
Yeah, 2.5 now.
My plan is at least that long here.
Yeah. I just and then I'll like gauge it. That's what I like to do. I like give it a certain amount of time, see how it feels. If I like it or if something happens, then I'll stay. If not, then if I have a better opportunity or something.
Yeah.
Then
or the wind blows.
Yeah.
Right? It's nice having that freedom, eh?
It is nice. Eventually I would like to like find a real home, like buy some property, build a house,
do the whole family thing.
Whatever a family means, but like
Fair
that's
enough.
the goal. Eventually, I don't want to be
alone.
alone.
Whether dogs or kids
I don't want to die alone with my freaking cats.
We all
eat
die
me.
alone.
But like my sister says all the time, she's like, if I don't hear from you for like 2 weeks, I know that you died and that one of your cats is eating you, and the other one probably didn't.
How long do you think they'd wait?
So my boy cat is he's so obsessed with me that for sure I know he would die from like heartbreak.
Oh no.
And then my girl cat, she's like old and crotchety.
Yep.
Like so she would just eat us both. So she would be fat by the time they found her.
Yo, one of your cats gets in the shower with you.
Yeah, that's the boy. He's like a dog.
That's such a fucking like Bonnie was showing me this video of the cat just fully in the shower under the water and just like, what's up?
He literally will so I shower like twice a day, but like he'll cry for showers.
No fucking way.
Yeah, like he's needy.
So you just occasionally have to go turn the shower on?
Him. Yeah. And like the girl cat likes the fresh water on the floor. Like she doesn't really like getting wet, but she likes drinking in it. So,
why do they like shower water, dude? I don't know. Ours have been doing it too.
They like fresh water. Like they know it's new. So like sinks and stuff, I think that's
such fancy animals with their
fancy. They're so bougie.
Like you've never even been outside. Fuck do you know about water?
Yeah, seriously. But like, so he's always been obsessed with like he gets full in like.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like completely.
Yeah, like he doesn't do it as much anymore. But like when he was littler, he would like cry and I'd pick him up and he would just like full bore just in and like fucking just like he would paw at it. I'm like, he's the best.
That's so crazy.
He's such a character.
Fucking water cats, man.
Dude, I know. He's not big on baths. I don't ever take baths. That's probably why. So he's like confused.
I'm about a 50-50 guy.
He's confused about them. I think the bathtubs gross me out.
Because my knee and hip are shitty, I like soaking them to get it hot.
It's not the taking a bath, it's the bathtub. If they're not brand new, I'm the only person who's been in mine. See, I could take, if I was a brand new bathtub, I could freaking go for it.
Yeah, I do know myself well enough that like I need a full soaking thing.
Yeah, I get it.
I like it. I like to sit in there and do very little.
To feel like they're clean enough to, like, I'm so uncomfortable, I can't even relax. I'm like, how many people have been in this?
So like public hot tubs aren't your thing?
They also have, I don't know. I feel like
with the chemicals and everything.
Man,
I don't give a
like
shit.
Public pools and stuff don't bother me because the chemicals are crazy.
Yeah.
But like a bathtub, people aren't sanitizing those every use with
never.
crazy or never.
Yeah, never.
You know, how often are they cleaning them deeply? And and people are gross. Like they don't
people are super
go
gross.
into a bath clean. Like most people, you think shower, get in the bathtub, so they're like filthy.
You just hang out in your own stew.
Yeah. Ugh.
You know, like that just dude stew hanging out in the bathtub.
Gross. That's exactly what's happening. And I just think about that the whole time. And I'm like, people like those bathrooms that are like bathroom showers. I'm like, people are pissing and doing all the gross things in here, and then I'm gonna lay in it.
I don't think the pee's not getting around the corner.
What if they pee at the end and it's like?
Well, I mean, most people pee in the shower.
That's what I'm saying, but it's in a shower tub thing.
That's a good part.
It's like the dual ones. It's not just a tub.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've definitely peed in the shower that I also take baths in.
And how many people have like vomited in the bath? I don't know. People do
in the tub. They do it.
It definitely happens.
I have done it.
See,
it's been a long time. I would love to be like, who would do that? I'm like, you did that, asshole.
I know it happens.
A misspent youth had you vomit into a tub at a Dave Matthews concert one time. It was a poor time in my life.
Yeah, so I'm like,
I drink far too much rum.
That's what I'm saying. I can't bleach it enough to feel like relaxed.
It's never clean.
I know. I had to take an Epsom bath when I hurt my back, and I was just like,
oh,
so gross. I'm like, don't touch anything, but I can't. I'm touching everything.
Holy hell!
It's a problem.
So, when did you get into firearms?
Always. So I grew up on a farm, so like shooting is like a part of.
So you grew up shooting, hunting, everything like that, or?
I went hunting with friends. My dad. So the reason my parents moved to Colorado is because my dad was a big hunter, but he would never take me. So, but I went like duck hunting with some friends when I was in high school.
I grew up duck hunting.
Duck hunting, yeah.
I like duck hunting.
I haven't been hunting again since. Well, I mean, like in forever. Like I'm just getting back into it finally. Now that in Florida there's really not a lot of hunting. And in Nevada, there's pretty much none. I put in for tags every year, and it's a lotto system, so I never pulled nothing. I went mountain lion hunting, but I didn't get anything. And then
super scary.
It can be.
Fuck yeah, it can be. 100-pound cats are terrifying.
Yeah.
Fuck those monsters.
It definitely can be. I went duck hunting since I moved here, and then I'm gonna do like deer season next. And I heard Missouri has elk now, but it's like.
Do we?
They give like 5 tags.
Oh shit! So we've got like 6 elk.
New. Like they just reintroduced elk into Missouri recently. So, but I would like to maybe do like a Colorado.
Well, the rad thing about an elk hunt, like then you've got 1,100 pounds of meat.
Yeah, and I'd probably donate a lot of it.
Yeah, of course. What are you gonna eat? 1,100 pounds of meat. Everyone you know could have.
Yeah.
Too much meat.
So much meat. I know.
I don't have 10 friends I could give 100 pounds of meat to.
Oof, yeah, same.
Right? It's like, no, it's terrible. Yeah. Elk hunt, I grew up hunting too. Like we did duck and then we did alligator.
Ooh, I love alligator.
Like to eat or hunt?
Eat, but I'd hunt it too.
Hunting, it's fun.
I only hunt stuff I'll eat.
So alligator, it's been a long time, but after you kill alligators, they're fucking gross. Big stupid lizards. You typically hang their head off the front of the boat so they'll bleed and then barf. Mm-hmm. You don't always get the barf out of the boat. And there is a certain smell to alligator, like bile-y thing, that whenever I eat it, like I get just enough of it, but because like you don't know the thing, you can't.
Well, I do. So
do you know what I mean? The smell.
Do know the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like all my friends in Florida, like half of them were alligator wrestlers, and like that was a normal thing.
Half your friends are alligator wrestlers. All right.
For a living, and like we had venomous snakes, and like all sorts of crazy animals. So
Where in Florida were you? Florida's very interesting. It's just lawless land.
I was in South Florida, so like Fort Lauderdale area.
All right.
But yeah, like craziness.
Fuck with like poisonous snakes, or did you get to do alligator shit?
It's venomous. Snakes.
Venomous.
They're not poisonous.
Yeah. Why is that a distinction?
Oh, so you can ingest venom and be fine. Venom has to be inoculated. So
has to go into like intermuscular.
Yes. Okay. So you can drink venom. It's totally fine. Poison, if you ingest it or like get it on your skin, it'll cause a reaction. Noted.
I've learned a fucking new thing. I'm into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I lived in Florida, like my ex and like all my friends had we had venomous snakes.
I guess pets.
Yeah, it's pets, cobras,
pets,
rattlesnakes.
Yeah, pet cobra.
Yeah, a few.
Come on, man.
A few pet cobras, and rattlesnakes and vipers and all sorts of things.
Now, how much do you interact with them? None? Like other than look at them?
I only handled them a few times, but my ex and like my friends, they would free handle that all the time. Like,
Jesus Christ.
All the time. Like,
risk to reward ratio here is way off for me.
Yeah. My ex.
Like I could die.
Got bit by a king
cobra. Or I got to touch that snake.
Yeah, for sure. They're oh my like after like living with venomous, I'll never. It's not worth it for me anymore. Like I like snakes and I like I'd much rather handle an alligator than a venomous snake any day of the week.
Same boat.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, alligators don't stress me out at all.
Not at all.
They're just big stupid things.
Big stupid. You get on top of them like their jaws only.
Yeah, you just flip them over and you can put them sleep, rub their belly. Exactly. No big deal.
Yeah. So my God, way better.
Alligator talk, Brant.
Yeah. Ugh, snakes.
I had a pet snake growing up. I had an 8-foot red-tailed boa.
Oh, that's cool.
Named Elvis.
Nice.
And then by the time I left for college, he was just more than I needed to deal with. And so I donated him back to a pet shop.
Snakes smell.
Yeah. Smell like snake shit.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're...
Or regurge. That's the freaking worst.
Fucking gross.
Yeah.
I
mean, I like them. I just don't want them as pets.
I know. And then I did at some point, I got bummed out feeding him.
Yeah, because they get too big. You have to feed them big.
You feed them real
cats
things.
Or rabbits or something.
Yeah, cats or rabbits.
Ugh. Yeah.
Stray cats are easier to get sometimes.
It's true.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know that to deal with like stray rat and cat populations within like LA, Chicago, and New York, they have brought in coyote dens.
Interesting.
Into the city, and so they track the coyotes. So coyotes will hunt cats and rats. The problem with cats hunting rats is cats will carry the same disease rats do. Coyotes don't. So they can eat both and not pick anything up.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's just crazy that's how we manage it. Downtown in cities, there's a handful of coyote dens that just cruise the streets at night.
It's funny because, like, if you live in the country, coyotes are a fucking problem.
They're a fucking problem.
Yeah, well, they should just send them to fucking LA with all the other trash.
Fucking coyotes, dude.
Ugh.
We always hear them when we're out camping and shit like that. Yeah. And, like, that's weird, too, like the howling, right? Like, that it's a population check. Mm-hmm. So when they howl, they're looking for a response, and if they're not getting the numbers they want, the females would immediately go into heat.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that about
coyotes. Yeah, that's why the population they'll never go fucking away. You'll never get rid of them.
That makes sense. Ugh.
And then, all right, so you've gotten into competition shooting now. How long? So as another major hobby, that's time investment.
Time and expensive.
Yeah, of course, right. No, yes, right expensive now, hobbies is perfect.
Almost impossible with the ammo shortage.
Oh yeah, you can't get 9mm. At all.
I got lucky. I have friends who sent me 1,000 rounds recently to go practice. Yeah, like they work for an ammo company.
So badly need to go shoot with you.
Yeah. But so I started competition shooting when I moved to Vegas. When I lived in Florida, I wanted to do it, but I just wasn't sure how. Then I moved to Vegas, and I got lucky that I met people who did it all the time. And then through them, like I met like JJ Rakaza, who's like one of the best shooters in the world. And the shooting community in Vegas is awesome. Like I met amazing people, but we would go every weekend. And so it was great. and a lot of outdoor matches, and like you could either like shoot in Vegas, in Nevada, there's like a few matches there, or you could drive to Utah, which is a few hours away, or California or Arizona, and there's
which is
matches.
why we're stoked on Utah.
I get it.
It's a cool central
location.
location.
I liked living in Vegas, but it just came to the point where it wasn't conducive for what I wanted to do next.
I'm sure.
But it was nice, like, and it was convenient being like so close to a lot of cool things.
Yeah, I'm very interested because I need to make a Vegas trip because I've got a bunch of people I need to go see. But I don't know anything of Vegas outside of the bullshit.
Oh, the Strip is not Vegas.
Of course it is.
I know, but it's like that's all people.
Of course, right? I don't have any personal friends there, so
I get it.
I've never spent any time. Yeah. Why would I go to Vegas?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone. I'm not just going to go hang out in the burbs.
Yeah, like Vegas is tiny too, so
right.
like
or it's flat. It's big and flat. Like there's no tall buildings. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no buildings, but I'm like, it's a valley. There's mountains. There's a lot of cool hiking, and then like obviously if you drive not too far, there's like a lot of cool stuff. But Vegas has some cool things. So if you go, Red Rock Canyon, which is beautiful and gorgeous. There's like hikes and you can drive through it, and it's amazing. There's like a really cool bar called the Pioneer Saloon, which is like
out in Red Rock, Vegas.
It's not in Red Rock, but it's like a little outside Vegas.
Okay.
But it's like got a lot of cool cowboy history, like a lot of like Carol Lombard and like who's the dude she was marrying? Well, there was like a plane crash not too far away, but like it's a old celebrity she was supposed to meet there. Her plane crashed, like she never made it. There's been like shootouts there. There's like a lot of cool. Yeah, it's like an old cowboy saloon. It's so cool. Like no one freaking knows that it's there. It's awesome. And then there's like the Hoover Dam.
Yeah. So like, one of my only Vegas stories. So my first trip to Vegas would have been 2005, 2006. It's like back when I had the bike shop.
Okay.
And so every year they hosted the big bicycle trade show in Vegas called Interbike. And so we'd gone out there and they're doing a demo and everything out in it was something canyon. I can't think of it offhand, but there's a big mountain bike area. And so we were out that way, or Copper Canyon maybe, or something like that. I can't remember it off. It's a long time ago. And as we got there with like 9 fucking scummy dudes, BMX guys and whatnot, and we've all shitty into one hotel room. I think it's Circus. And yeah, it's exactly right. And then for a rental car, we ended up cutting a deal with one of the dudes on the strips who rents mopeds. And so we just all got mopeds for the week and just never brought them back to the guy like it did into the everyday. So we just parked them in the garages. We rode them out to the Hoover Dam one day from the strip.
That's awesome.
Like, boing.
Boulder City's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. I've never even been on a moped. That sounds terrible to me.
They're super fun.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, it just feels
They don't go real fast.
I know. And I'm like, that's the part.
They're fun with a group.
Because
then you have like a shitty biker
I feel like
gang.
if you're by yourself, you're like just lame.
No, it's not great.
Yeah.
You definitely want to move faster than the speed those things move. Yeah, it's not ideal. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely need to get back out there and go see some people. So I need to. I'm interested to know more of Vegas. Yeah.
There's a haunted museum too. That's fucking
a haunted
awesome.
Museum.
It's so cool.
Was the museum haunted before they turned it into a museum, or did it become haunted?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't. Do you know who Zach Baggett? I don't know. He was the Ghost Adventures dude.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, so it's one of, if not the oldest, one of the oldest houses in Las Vegas. It's a lot bigger than it looks when you get inside it. But back in the day, there was like in the basement, there's a lot of like culty, satanic rituals and stuff going on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Sounds
like a
like a
really
party.
kind of dark history. And then he has collected like a lot of haunted stuff over the years, and not just haunted stuff. Like it's super cool. There's like stuff from like, obviously that's haunted. And then he has like, Charles Manson's son donated the clothes he died in prison.
No way.
That's there, and like part of the Kevorkian van is there. And like,
when did Manson die?
last year.
Oh, it would have been relatively soon, right?
2 years ago. Maybe it's been a few years.
Okay.
It's been a couple years.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
But yeah, so like he didn't want all that shit, so he like donated it to that museum. But there's like some of those rooms.
What do you think that would go for at auction?
People are crazy.
Look,
people are crazy.
That's not up for debate. Yeah. Things are worth whatever people pay for them.
Like, nothing is actually worth anything until people decide it
exactly.
is. So
fucking Manson's like prison.
He had like weird culty followers.
Of course he does.
Before he was who he was.
He managed culty followers the whole run.
That was his thing. Yeah, so I would assume a lot, but
super rad book I've got on the whole Manson thing called Chaos. And it's like this 20-year, this guy's like 20 years worth of journalism and investigative into like ties between Manson and the CIA.
Interesting.
And all of that, because it seems Manson, when he was in San Francisco, got involved with the CIA during the MK Ultra testing. So like the LSD stuff that they were working on with trying to figure out if it was a way that we could implant thoughts or brainwash.
Yeah.
Or how effectively. And the CIA did that for a while, and Manson was someone they had on board who not just for the testing, but for bringing people in for it.
Oh.
To get dosed.
That makes sense.
And then apparently Manson just took enough notes, and he's like, all right, so this is how you
this
is how you brainwash people. This is great.
Got it.
I will involve more LSD in my trials.
Thank you. Goodbye.
So, yeah, he did that. But there's like a handful of arrests that he got picked up on that like just nothing came about, and he skates free on it. It's a super weird story.
Conspiracy stuff because they're all true. That's how I feel.
To an extent. I still believe like Occam's razor, right? Like, so I have a tough time with the 9/11 thing being like a full work.
Because I do too.
Or an easy one for me is the moon landing.
Real.
Because of course.
Okay.
Because
you'd be surprised how many people I meet.
Well, it's simply based on this. 25,000 people don't keep a secret forever.
I have a fun.
I like fun things.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say who I heard this from.
Well, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I found out from a very good source.
Nice.
That they weren't. So, like, when we were trying to land on the moon, they weren't sure that it was going to be possible. Like, they were just trying to beat Russia, right?
Sure.
Like, they're like, we got to fucking do it. And, like, they didn't think it was going to be possible. So they made fake tapes.
Yes.
In case they didn't do it to say that they did.
And there is also photos they faked.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a lot of spacewalks and different stuff like that, right? And
for a reason, because they were like, if this doesn't fucking work, we need them to think it worked.
But we didn't know if cameras would work in space because of radiation.
Absolutely.
So there's this thing that happens in space that's fucking wild, right? Or that we've
never actually been to space, really.
So, right. Like, so there's also that, like, we don't know what happens. Can we land on the moon, or does it fucking all explode once we try?
Even if we get up there, what's going to happen?
No clue.
Like, are we gonna be able to land it? Are we gonna like when we get out of? Are our suits gonna work?
Like, yeah, I mean, theoretically, we think this should work, but we don't honestly know because we've never done it. I can't think of what it's actually called. This will be great once we have a screen and Brant can research for me. But there's a thing that happens. It does happen in space that. It's a particle, like an ion or something like that. I can't think of what exactly it is, but it essentially can pass through everything.
Right.
Right. And so, like, while you're in space or asleep or doing whatever, you'll occasionally just get this boom flash of light, and it's that thing passing through your optical nerve.
Crazy.
Like, you'll be dead asleep, and it's just...
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man, yeah, space is super scary. But yeah, the moon landing, like, 25,000 humans didn't keep a secret forever. We don't. Look, we had problems with the head of the CIA keeping a secret about trying to get a blowjob.
I know. No, yeah.
If the head of the CIA can't pull that off on the sly, we're not keeping the moon landing quiet.
Yeah, this definitely would have came out. And, like, why would we be trying to go to Mars if the moon wasn't possible? Like, it makes no sense.
The problem is there's nothing there.
In the moon? No, not really.
There's nothing on the fucking moon. It doesn't... And that's, Bonnie and I were talking about this with Mars the other day of like, or was it Bonnie I was with?
I've heard, well, I'll read all, but boots on the moon and like, or not the moon, on Mars in like 2026.
Oh, I think it'll happen.
Yeah, that's what.
The problem is, I believe the people that go, they're not coming back.
Probably not coming back. So, well,
they're now Martians.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
So what they have, I don't know how much you listen about Mars or research.
I'm interested in space things.
Okay. So they found ice under the surface, which is...
But it doesn't seem that it's H2O. It seems to be CO2.
Maybe.
Right.
They just thought it's maybe H2O. And if they have water, they can make fuel to get them back. But that's the whole thing is if they go...
That's a big fucking maybe, man.
They need some sort of water to make fuel to get back.
Well,
or to live while they're there.
And not only that, like not only we need water to make fuel, which is a really easy sentence to say, right? Yeah. Except for there's nothing on Mars. Mm-hmm. There's not a piece of tape. There's not a screwdriver. There's not wood for a fucking hammer handle. There's no fucking trees. Yeah. There's no natural resources. So anything that goes to Mars traveled with us for 9 months. Fuck. There's nothing there. There's nothing to eat. There's nothing to build. There's nothing to drink.
They are trying to do the least amount possible.
There's no fucking air.
No.
Like there's nothing on Mars. The fuck going to that environment, man. I know. It's so fucking scary.
Every time someone's like, "Would you go to space if you could?" I'll be like, "Fuck no."
I go to space.
Like to another planet or whatever. I'm like zero. Like maybe to space if it was like. Yeah, a cool, easy trip that you can see. But I don't want to go to another planet.
Like would I give 6 months to go to Mars?
Fuck no. I am good. There's nothing there for me.
It's a long trip.
No, I'm good.
I would totally, if there's ever something like in my lifetime that equals like getting to be in orbit, I'd fucking do that.
That sounds cool.
That would be really cool. I'd do a lap.
I feel like that's probably.
I'd cut a lap around.
That's definitely going to happen. They're already selling seats for that frickin'
I wonder how long it takes to do a lap around Earth in orbit. Because
it's pretty easy to find out.
It would be easy to find out.
The moon does it.
Well, but the moon travels at a different speed. We would be traveling faster, different. Yeah, because we're...
I'm sure it would be easy to...
Someone knows that.
Yeah, I'm sure you could Google it.
Yeah, Brant. In the future, Brant will be able to give us these answers. Yeah, because if you're in orbit, you're traveling at 18,000 miles an hour, which is fucking crazy anyway. But... Yeah, I would love to do. I'd like to see Earth from that distance.
I would too. And
then, man, there's just scary stuff about space. Like one of the ones that fucks me up the most is the idea of if you get to look at Earth from the moon, right? And see the just blue marble and see this razor thin atmosphere that goes around it. That's all the air of forever. There's not any more that we get to go find. Or any of it. It's that's the thing that keeps all of us alive. Yeah.
It's been proven.
Used to.
Yeah, exactly. Oof. I think that's one of the reasons they're so curious about
Do you think we were on Mars at one point and then came here after we fucking trashed it and now we're we should head back over there and we just fuck this one up? It's like shitty crop rotations.
I think the whole one of the reasons they're we have to figure out why the atmosphere disappeared so we don't make the same mistakes here. Yeah. Or if obviously there's no human life there, so there probably is nothing we could do about it anyway.
What you got?
Well, it says, so if we're going off the International Space Station, it's 90 minutes.
It takes 90 minutes to go all the way around the planet?
So that sounds great.
That would be so fucking sick.
That sounds
what I just read is they observe 16 sunrises and sunsets in a 24-hour. In our 24-hour day, they see the sun rise and set 16 times.
I don't need to be there that long. It can't take that long to get there.
Minutes.
It's not that far.
No.
That's the thing. It's not terribly a long flight to get to it.
I think that would be the perfect amount of time. 90 minutes and then the ascent and descent, however long that takes. A couple hours
or a sick Airbnb.
You're going to stay up there.
If you could go stay and have a bed and a nice big fucking window.
Xenon.
Yeah. I'd fucking do that. I'd catch a day.
For a day,
it'd be pricey.
It would be so expensive.
I
just think about how expensive it is to go to space, and I'm
unless if you go to Norway,
unless there's a fucking discount version where I'm can I get the freaking the Super 8 version of this?
I'm trying to use my influencer status to catch this.
I'll gladly do it.
Catch this trip to space.
Yeah, does Elon Musk want to just sponsor some people to go? Because I'm down.
How about Elon? That guy's awesome.
I like him more and more.
I'll keep investing in Tesla solely because I back Elon.
I thought he was out of Tesla.
Nah.
But he's still in it.
He's still running the whole thing.
Okay, good. I just I remember for a while that he was
well, he's doing crazy shit.
The more I hear from him, his actual mouth, the more I like him.
I do. I love that a private citizen was I think I'm going to build a rocket and then I'm going to put a car on it and shoot it at Mars.
And I'm just going to drill it. I'm just going to drill this tunnel. No one's going to stop me.
Like once SpaceX kicked off, like I thought that was basically when we stopped hearing about Kim Jong-un testing rockets. Because essentially he's like, wait a second, they just have a dude?
Just one guy.
Like it's not their military trying to flex. It's just a dude in the country who shot a thing at space. Like, yo, we're behind. We're testing rockets, and he shot one at fucking Mars with a car attached to it. Like just a dude in the country with a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's great.
I love his whole, anything's possible.
His whole flamethrower.
He's the best.
He's just like, I just wanted to make a flamethrower.
Well, like, and not only that, so the boring company that does those things, right? Like he reverse engineers whether he makes the flamethrower or the hat or whatever it is. He's like, I would like to raise $2 million. And so he makes enough flamethrowers to make $2 million. And then they sell out immediately. Not a flamethrower. Well, look,
I love it. I love that.
They're shitty. Have you ever fucked with one?
No, not his. I mean, I fucked with a real flamethrower.
These aren't real.
Not that much better.
No. This fucking thing that he sells is.
They're not.
It's like something you would use to burn.
That seems very unsafe.
Yeah, you'd burn plants off the ground, like from like your driveway, and then they just took that and took a. Like an AR body or something off of an airsoft, like an airsoft gun. Yeah. And then mated the two together.
It's like a Nerf gun, and they're fine. Like, propane tank.
Good enough. Here's $1 million.
That'll do.
Fucking what a champ. What a champ. I need to do hate brand flamethrowers. They'd go so poorly.
I'd take one.
I know.
I would buy one for sure. I'd support that.
Fucking A. Now we know.
Yeah. I like fire, so.
Fires are great.
It's great.
Yeah. Man, all right, so is there competitive shooting stuff happening here that you're going to try to get into?
Sort of.
Okay.
There is, as I've found, one range. That private range does matches that anyone can go to. It does USPSA matches. So
as long as you're USPA.
No, anyone can do it.
Okay.
USPSA, anyone can do it. If you're not like ranked or it doesn't matter, don't have a USPSA number, you can still go and shoot.
Okay.
You just like won't qualify. It won't go towards your overall like ranking or score or whatever. But they do it. I was gonna do a steel match, but there was no ammo. So my current competition pistol is a 38 Super Comp. It's very fancy and you can't fucking find ammo for it right now. So I may switch to carry optics again and shoot 9 because I can at least get 9.
Yeah.
And I'm once like it gets a little warmer and I practice. I haven't practiced.
Once it gets warmer, I definitely want to come and shoot, and I'd like to film some of it to just because I'd like to get better at this.
I'm gonna get like paper. So and Andy's farm eventually. The guy who runs his farm and like he has hunting land out there too. His name is Kit. I love Kit. Kit's an awesome human. Kit's gonna let me hunt there, and we're gonna set up like a little like range area. I'm gonna help him build it.
That's so sick, dude.
So that like it's set up so like a little competition area, so like people can go and shoot and. I'll practice there a lot. So, like, eventually I'm going to be there all the time. I just trying to get my shit going first.
With the competition shooting, is there, like, what specific thing did you do? Because I know what 3-gun is.
Okay. So, but I mostly just shoot pistol. Mm-hmm. I've shot rifle, and I've shot 2-gun matches. I've never done 3-gun yet. There's a lot of gear.
So 2-gun is shotgun or a primary
pistol and rifle.
Okay.
And then 3-gun would be pistol, rifle, shotgun.
All right.
Yeah. So like a lot of.
That's a lot of carrying, a lot of shit on you.
Exactly. People have like carts and there's so much gear. And like shotgun alone, so much work.
Right.
Like all of like the shells and like having to.
And everything's heavy.
So heavy. So like, but I liked like I was good at rifle before I started shooting pistol because I just never cared a lot, and pistol's hard.
Pistol's fucking super hard.
Yeah. So when I first started shooting my pistols, I was like, I'm not good at this, and I was like, but I'm about to fucking be. And so like that's all I worked on.
Yeah.
And now I'm like more comfortable with it, and it's like a challenge, and so I'll actually really like it.
I just remember how humbling. Like I remember going to a range that had some
Rifles
steel plates.
Easy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. ARs are, and even bad, like cheap ARs are decent out of the box with steel sights.
So
like you can roll.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, like my first pistol that I went to go start shooting at the range was my 1911. And I mean, it's just a Kimber 1911. Like, there's nothing fancy to it. It's out of the box.
Yeah.
And to shoot like 8-inch steel targets at 30 yards, You'd be the safest fucking targets I've ever seen in my entire life.
So when I first moved to Nevada, I had an issue. When I lived in Colorado, all my guns were stolen or taken away from me. So when I moved to Nevada, I only had my like concealed carry, which is an M&P shield. It's a subcompact. So like I went to go shoot steel targets with competition shooters for the first time with a subcompact M&P shield. So I'm shooting like little like 10 6-inch steel plates from like, I don't know, I think we were maybe 15 yards away, and I'm like, this is terrible. I missed fucking like everything, and I was like, it was so embarrassing. And I think about that as like my starting point, and then like getting better guns and like getting better at shooting. And I'm like,
was there any like single purchase you made that changed, like you got like a big percentage bump of say accuracy or ability of like?
I don't think the gun matters personally. Okay. So for me, it was just putting in the time.
I mean, it has to an extent, because shooters aren't still shooting stock bullshit.
So I mean, like, so in USPSA and for competition, like, there's a lot of different divisions. So there are people who have like single stack. There are people who just do revolver. There's like, so carry optics has like limitations. Like this originally had an extended magazine that I had to take off of it because you can't.
So that's not an extended. Or is that just counterweight now?
Yeah. So the extended mag is on the actual pistol.
Got it.
So I had to take that off to shoot carry optics. And then for like open, there's like you can have different ammo and you can have like certain things. When I switched to open, it's a harder division, but I got a way nicer gun. Like that gun's fucking super fancy and awesome, and I love it. But like it's a way harder division that I'm probably not there yet.
Well, the talent level in the division's harder.
Crazy.
Yeah, so you need especially competition shooting, right? Like now we're talking about a game of milliseconds.
Oh yeah, so like so how they it's like scored is it's time over accuracy. So like your hits and your time. So it's both come into account, and then your score goes into it.
So if we tied on time, hits would be the next.
Yes, okay. Absolutely. And then it depends too on like, so for your ammo too, you get scored different for certain divisions. So if you're shooting major or minor, major is like 40 or 38 super comp, minor is like 9. So like you'll get scored differently for those two. So that's like when I went to open and I got a custom gun from Limcat. They were asked what kind of ammo I wanted. I could have gone with 40 or 38 super comp, and I went with the better one. And I should have gone with 40, I think, because it's cheaper, a lot easier to find.
Now, I'm sure they have it per caliber too, right? Like divisions and stuff like that.
Not really caliber. It's the division. So like, well, you can only shoot like.
I wouldn't be up against just guys shooting 9mm.
Most of it is 9 or 40 or 38, but depending on the division, you decide to shoot. And then, so if you shoot 40, you're in major. It's scored differently than minor, which is 9.
Got it.
So it just depends on what you want to do and what you're shooting, and like obviously what you're better at. Like I don't shoot open sights almost ever now because I really am so much better at optics.
Well, they're awesome.
There's
a reason they invented them. Yeah.
It's like once you're used to it, it's like it's hard to go back the other way.
Well, especially if you've built confidence in knowing that I know the bullet goes where that is because I know how to use the optic.
I take way less time shooting an optic than I do
open sights.
Oh yeah, it takes me way longer to find, and even with like a dot sometimes, because like some people who are so used to open sights and they get a dot, they like have a hard time finding the dot or getting it to track, and like for me, that's not even really a problem anymore. And
so, are you for the contest? I mean, I've seen them where hands are up and then that beep, and then it goes from there.
Hands up or hands down depends on what the
contest is. So that changes per round or per.
Yeah. So like IPSC is international. I did a shooting match in the Philippines for them, so it's a whole like they're always hands down, never hands up. A lot of steel matches will do hands up. USPSA will be either or. I actually prefer hands up. I think it's faster for me.
And so you're drawing from holster, but you're not drawing from like an appendix gear, like a concealed.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Yeah, has to be
open.
Has to be open. So USPSA, like there are regulations, but IPSC is so much different. They have regulations like they measure your mags They have to be a certain size length. They can't go over. They measure where your mags actually sit on your belt, and they can't change. And your holster can only be a certain distance away from your body. So there's like crazy regulations.
That's so wild. So, of course, it's no different than fucking powerlifting. They measure your belt width.
They mail everything, and then you have to keep like stickers on all your stuff to make sure that it was approved.
Gotcha. Yeah. So
that's a lot. It's a lot more. So much more, but like I don't know, they're fun.
It sure seems fun.
They're so much fun, and like local, not like national or like crazy competitive matches. Like the local matches are fun because there's a lot of people there who suck.
Of course.
So it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like you can take it serious as you want.
Well, you can do that at the big ones. I don't understand why people get all fucking worked up.
But,
I've been bad at tons of shit in my life. I'm not embarrassed anymore.
I think if you work up to being like to win, like you're there to win. That's totally
it's different ballgame.
And if it's your job, like there's a lot of people where it's their job. Like my friend Michelle, she shoots for Glock. That's her job. Like so, she gets paid based off of how well she does. So you better fucking take it serious.
Right.
Like it's not like you can go shoot a shitty local match whenever you want for fun or blow off steam. But like if you're at a national match and this is your job and you're getting paid to do this, if you don't take it serious, why the fuck are you here?
Agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Like, yo, if it's going to be your thing, let's go.
And I hate losing. And I lose all the time because I'm still not good yet. But, like, I fucking hate it. I don't know how people do it.
I'm not a fan.
I don't like
I've never been a fan of losing.
I want to be, like, better. I don't know. I want to beat everyone. But if I don't beat everyone, I want to at least beat people that I'm, like, close to.
Well, as long as you're still focused on, like, personal progress. And I've always looked at competitions like that, right? Like, because the Highland Games are the same way where, like, we're competitive, but it's not head to head.
No, yeah.
It's not like tennis. I don't have to best you.
Right. No, yeah. I get what you're saying.
And so I'm going to do my best and hopefully rise because we're all there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're doing your best, and the cards are going to fall where they do. I can't fuck your thing up because I did better.
You want to do better.
Yeah, I would dig like the steel trees that go back and forth. Mm-hmm. I would like the competitiveness of shooting at the same time.
Oh, they do that sometimes.
Right, that I'm into. Yeah. Like that makes a lot of sense.
It's pretty rare. Like most of the time, that's for like fun at the end of matches, where like they'll do. Yeah, it's kind of like basketball.
Yeah.
Where they'll have like people on each side, and then basketball brackets. So you'll like go against someone if
it's
you
like
win.
gun flip cup.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. But they usually do the like, they'll do like plate racks. So you'll like shoot a plate rack or have like a plate in the middle, and whoever wins moves up a tier. I've only done one of those because they make me a little nervous.
How confused is your audience about firearms?
My audience?
Or are they now just completely on board?
Honestly, I've been posting guns since I started having
that's what I've thought.
Like, I've been like...
So you don't get any bullshit about it anymore?
One of the photos that first like recognized me is that I filled a bunch of first form bottles with tannerite and went out to the desert and blew them up.
Tannerite's so fun. Yeah, I can't believe they sell that shit.
It's great.
It seems crazy, but it's a great time.
Yeah, I've always been into guns, and I feel like the majority of people follow me get it. Like most of the people, I think I've noticed like most of the people that follow me definitely like the gun aspect. I don't post enough gun stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of that Crazy Fuck's YouTube channel? The FPS Russia guy when that existed.
I think I saw. I don't watch YouTube.
Okay, so this FPS Russia guy.
Analog.
Yes, fair enough. I'll bring the clay charts.
I think I know who he is because I've seen his videos posted like on Instagram.
That adds up. Yeah, he was mega, and then like I think the feds shut him down and took everything.
Poor guy.
Well, he had like a fucking tank.
Good for him.
But also,
that should be legal.
Yo, but there's
everything should be legal. Suppressors, tanks,
the balls,
everything.
The balls on that guy, man. Like, there's a couple videos where like they're fucking around with tannerite and stuff like that, and he loads. It's a specific video where he loads this fucking pickup truck with it.
Great.
And shoots through the door and blows it up, and so the truck fucking explodes.
I love him.
The door flies off the truck and is tumbling and fucking misses him by like two or 3 feet.
What an awesome video!
And like he's on target and shoots, and like it blows up, and the door shoots by him, and like it all happens so fucking fast that like he doesn't really flinch.
Right, because he.
And then by the time he turns around to look at the camera, he just keeps it together, and he's just like, I'm just like,
love Russians.
Oof. And I don't even think the dude's Russian. I think the whole thing's a fucking work. Yeah, I think the accent.
Oh, dang it.
Everything's a work. And
because Russians are crazy.
Yes.
I was hoping it was real.
Yeah, it seems just the further east you go in Europe.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to learn Russian, just so I can like scare people away even more than normal.
I can't even. I'm so bad. I'm not great at English.
I have great. Ooh.
Yeah, spin your fucking laptop around. Watch this monster. Yeah. One day we'll have the technology. We'll have the technology to use the monitor next time, but yeah, watch how close this fucking door. If no one's seen this, FPS Russia almost die clip. I don't know what you would call it.
Oh, he's close.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Not even that far away. How much tannerite did he put in that?
Oh, you'll see. Jesus Christ.
He was so close to being dead.
That's a big fucking gnarly chunk of metal that
even
came.
Not a big chunk, like that shit goes into an artery. You're fucked.
Oh yeah, you don't need a lot to hit you.
Absolutely
that door would have just gone straight. Would have.
He looks American.
Yeah, he's like I almost died.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, that door is
dude. The fast one's way more impressive than the slow.
Oh, for sure.
Because you're like, yeah, you almost died.
It's way past him before he even has any chance to shit. Like, it's that moment on Snatch, the movie Snatch, where
is it bad that I kind of wish it was a little closer? Like, just take
closer
his arm
to him,
off or something. Just like a little bit. Like
a finger.
Yeah, like, hopefully they have tourniquets there. Like, they're shooting. Probably not. They look dumb.
I don't know if they do or not. Those are all things I want to. So, I have 2 things that, like, my kind of goals for 2021 and then going forward. Is since I feel like I've already picked my one thing in my lifetime to really get good at was the Highland Games.
Okay.
I probably won't have that much drive at a second physical hobby.
You could, but you probably won't. I totally get that.
I only have so many goddamn days left.
Totally.
And so
You're not that old.
It's true.
You're
But there's still X number of days.
I get it.
Right. And so now my concern is how many things can I have interest in, whether that's shooting or training or endurance running or any of these other things that I can acquire all the newbie gains from and then maintain.
Yeah.
Because like once you got to that proficiency, like that proficiency never really leaves. It just needs some tuning up.
Good at a lot of like what Master of None.
Yeah. This is my whole thing. I found one thing and I'll never get to do it again.
I haven't even found one thing, so that's depressing. I just feel like I'm good at a lot of things.
Like I stumbled poorly. Like I just kept chipping away at things less people are interested in.
I was not good to start. I just was like, I want to be better than you or better than I am, and then I just
other than shooting, you have bodybuilding.
Yeah. You
have tattooing and art, 3 of which are someone's opinion decides how good you are. So it's tough to be
That's what
great
I'm saying.
at it. You know, we're not great, but like the best.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, right?
There is no.
It's Jay Cutler. He wins.
There is no best at any of those things.
No, right.
Because it changes. And even art is like such a difficult thing because it's really opinion based.
Now,
right. And it changes. Right. Like you can know someone's technically good at something, but there are people who succeed at art who maybe shouldn't, but they do.
Yeah, there's plenty of tattoo
Jackson
artists.
Pollock.
Like exactly.
How do you compare Jackson Pollock to someone that does photorealistic?
Right.
Mike, there's so many amazing artists out there who probably are better and should be praised more so, but they will never be, and that's just the way. Like Banksy, no offense, not a fan of like.
It's not hard. Look,
I think what he did was smart and creative.
Yes.
I don't think he's a great artist.
No,
you know what I mean?
and nor would I think he would claim that. But I think you and I's definition of artist has something to do with technical aspect.
Yeah, but
in some thing, but
technical,
creativity wise, he's pulled some cool shit.
I said like he's very creative, and I think he was smart about the way he did things. I love when he friggin' shredded that painting. I was like, that's
I also
honestly,
don't believe that it was supposed to go all the way through because it now sold for 4 times what it did.
I know that
not
there's
shredded.
an artist out there who sold blank canvases. They're white. So they were invisible paintings for like $100,000.
One of my all-time favorite artists is David Cho. I am super fascinated by that human being just because he's a lunatic. I'm really, really fascinated by just wild people that just seem to be like, yeah, I'm not going to do anything by whatever the rules are supposed to be.
I actually lie. I'm kind of a structured human.
Okay.
I like people who take things a different way, but I just feel like if you throw a bunch of paint on a canvas, anyone can do that. And I've seen it happen.
Yep.
I see a lot of people do it. And it's like,
but there is some point, like with a Pollock, right? That of people, I like Jackson Pollock, but of people that throw paint on canvases.
Why do you like him? Because he was the first?
No.
That would be the only
for whatever reason.
That would be the only right answer.
So now with that said, I don't mind reproductions of.
Why do you like him?
I do like the aesthetics of it. I like the color choice. I like the aesthetics. I like where he chose to stop adding color. Okay. So those things I find interesting because they are indeed a choice.
I don't think it's a choice. I think he was just like, good enough. It takes like almost zero effort.
Well, then every splash artist would be popular, but there's something untangible to it.
So I feel like it's the same with like music. Some people don't deserve to be famous because they're not good, but they have something that someone likes, and then it's pushed on everyone, and people are stupid.
So the problem here isn't on the artist.
No.
The problem is this is my Nickelback theory.
I blame an artist who sells a blank canvas. But like Jackson Pollock,
hey, shit's worth whatever people want to pay for.
I don't blame him. I think he did something new that was different, and he did the least, but it went somewhere. Good for him.
But the blank canvas thing, to me this goes back to Nickelback. Like, I'm not mad that artist has figured out a way to make money.
Right.
I'm sad there's a market for bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so much as most of it, I don't blame the artist.
You blame the artist for the blank canvas. Like, fuck him.
Fuck that person. I have a problem with people who are openly willing to manipulate people just because. You know that you did nothing. You deserve nothing from it, but you're going to take advantage of dumb people.
But at the same time, right?
But also,
I don't know anything about this artist.
If people are going to pay you, fuck it.
I don't know anything about the blank canvas artist, but here's the next question that I would love to know follow up, right? It isn't that this is the first piece he ever did and then presented in a museum.
You don't know that.
No fucking way people pay for it then.
Dude, here's my thing.
Because if that's the case, then I'm super fascinated.
I would also, I don't know who.
There's no way that's how it went.
I just saw, like, it was years ago when someone showed me
it's
this.
a canvas with a slightly different white.
It was
like the whole thing's just painted a slightly
maybe.
more natural color.
Honestly, I wish he would have just bought the canvas from Hobby Lobby and been like, it's invisible. And they'd be like, whoo, $100,000.
Oh, Hobby Lobby's a rough store to go in, man.
It's great.
Oh, it's just tchotchkes and bullshit covering every shelf. It's like
I just like their sales because
everything's always on sale.
Not always.
Canvases, the art equipment's great.
Yeah, 50% off at the right time. You can get
it's almost always like their whole business model is very strange.
They have I made friends with someone that worked there one time, and they were like, "There's a weekly list of when things go on sale."
Right.
So she was like, "Come back on Tuesday."
Yeah, come back on Tuesday. This will be
a copy of that.
It's so weird. Right.
I love it.
Oh, just a blank canvas.
Yeah, it was dude Robert Ryman.
It probably was.
What other art has he done?
It looks like he has.
It's not like he's just a blank canvas dude, right? Like that's not his thing.
Hope,
if he is,
honestly, I would feel better if that was the only thing he did.
If it is, I'm like,
good
you know what, man?
you.
Fucking great
fucking
work.
Good
You've
you.
hacked the system.
You did hack the system.
Well done.
Yeah, because he's kind of known for minimalism and conceptual art.
That's not a.
It's not a thing.
It's a.
So I guess I don't know.
I get it.
No, I love it. I love that it just because you do.
I have a very
you do a kind of a hyper realism.
I have strong opinions about everything.
Good.
I'm not always right. So like I know that people.
You know how fucking terrible, tepid people are. Yes. You just have tepid opinions on everything. Fuck all that.
There's a lot of people who do. I have aggressive opinions.
Good.
And art is one of those things. I'm not always right. I know I like some abstract art. I don't like. I could do abstract art. I choose not to because I feel like it's anyone can do it.
I can't do what you do. which is fair.
And they're a realism artist where I can't do what they do, and I'm like, you motherfucking piece of shit. I suck.
One of the guys whose art I would really like to buy is it's like Sean Hutchins. Is that it? Hawkins, something like that.
Fuck. A lot of artists.
So his painting style looks like a Renaissance realism. So, like people are a little bit rounder.
So Baroque and Renaissance paintings are probably my absolute favorite.
All right, so he does them super realistic, but then also the kind of juxtaposition he does is like within a negative space, we'll put like something from pop culture on it.
Ooh, that's cool.
And so like there's this really, really detailed like Lincoln. Ooh. And then like and it's negative space. So it's like he tapes it off beforehand and it just says, "The fuck?"
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to see his work.
Let's see if I can bring it up real quick. One day when we have the screen. Sean. There he is. Yep, so I'll pass that over to you. It's I really, really dig that guy's style. I can't quite afford any of the pieces currently, but one day I can aspire. Maybe he listens to a weird podcast in the Strength and Fitness crowd.
This is abstract.
Yep.
As super abstract. I love that.
But there's a ton of work.
No, he's clearly very talented to begin with, and then super creative, and like, dude, his work's amazing.
Yeah, I love his style, and I love the joke of it.
Clearly very talented,
right?
And then, but he has like he wherever his like.
I just think it speaks so well to kind of today's pop culture. Like, I love it. It's just a great look.
See, I am all for work like this because it clearly took talent to create it. Like,
dude, there's some wild stuff that like people can pull off with spray paint.
Oh, absolutely.
That what the fuck? There's a graffiti artist, I can't think of his name, but the style it's realistic, but it's almost looks dot matrix, like printed. Like it's not halftone, but there's just like everything's got a layer to it, like a curve. And I wish I knew anything more about it. It was the worst description anyone's ever fucking given.
That was good. That was good.
Terrible. Just fucking terrible. No, it's not pointillism. Yeah, I don't know the word to tell you what he's doing. So I'll just scratch anything that was slightly trying to be important. Fuck. Oh man. All right, we're rolling into like an hour and a half. We're getting used to using the new studio.
Yeah, that's great.
Where can people find all of your things?
Oh, Instagram is
on the Instagrams.
I know, Instagrams.
You sell art there too, or do you do solely commissioned?
I don't ever do commissions.
All right, even better. Like, fuck you, I paint what I want.
Literally. Yeah, I don't like. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I want to do what I want, and then I really hope people like it. And if they don't.
With a few people on like anything like freelance, and like I completely understand why you would make that decision.
Yeah.
You never have to deal with people.
Yeah, unless someone's like, I want to commission you to do whatever you want. I'm like, sick.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
Yes.
But like, so I worked as a tattoo artist for super fucking short amount of time. Like I apprenticed as a tattoo artist for a little over a year.
Okay.
I worked in a shop for 2 years and apprenticed for 18 months. I wasn't good at it. It's not like I fucking did it for a living, but I have tattted a number of people, and my friends still have some of them.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but I didn't figure that was as shocking news as it was.
Well, people don't know.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of weird shit. I really, really liked it. And one of the things I liked about it as a challenge of like just apprenticing was being forced to draw shit that I wouldn't draw.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed that.
That's how I think apprenticeship should start that way, that you should be forced to do things that you don't want in general. Like all apprenticeships, right? Like you're trying to earn
You need to know all the skills.
Absolutely. And like I've met people who get really cakey. I got a cakey apprenticeship, but I was forced to work hard and do things I wouldn't.
Look, I also don't think they need to be fucking Shaolin Temple where you're not allowed to speak for the first 4 years you're in the tattoo. Like, it doesn't need to be making eggs at a sushi restaurant somewhere.
I also don't think people should start tattooing humans right away. Like, it should. I took a whole year of drawing and learning and doing all the things before I was allowed to touch anyone's skin, and I think that's
I was allowed to tattoo my friends.
I wasn't until a year in, and then I could tattoo for free, and then I had to get good enough before I was allowed to charge, and it was like $50.
The best learning curve I got, because tattooing skin's a totally different ballgame than
like,
even any of the fake stuff.
It's not anything like
no,
anything.
like this was like 2006. Would have been right around. I was doing the bike shop thing.
Way before me.
It's about the time I started getting tattooed.
Okay.
More tattooed, I guess, and then I had a buddy who lived with me, Attila, and Attila had about a half a body worth of tribal.
Like American tribal or tribal? Okay.
Yeah, not the good look tribal.
So tribal.
Like hell yeah tribal.
Yeah, I got you.
like 2002 tribal that he got in 2006. Yeah, he's that guy, just stoked on 5-finger death punch or fucking whatever else is going on. But as a fucking big dude, Attila's, I don't know, 6 foot, 6'1", 310.
Sturdy.
And his tribal was bad. Like, not shape-wise,
well, most
but,
of
like,
is.
it had all fallen out and was just because.
Normal.
Yeah.
That's normal.
It's too much black.
Well, no, it's just people who get
Right.
that and people who do that
get bad
tend
tribal.
not to care.
And then they also don't take care of their tattoos.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's a double sword there. But, so I just redid all of his. So I had, like, a huge person worth of
just
black to do. And so, like, you could play with it, right? I could do black work, and then, like, I would pick a section and be like, I'm going to make this look round. And then black it in, fuck it, after I was done. And so, like, it was cool to learn that and, like, learn how pacing of the machines work and everything like that. I really liked it. Really enjoyed it. It does, however, once being somewhat more familiar with tattooing, why of all special effects can't we get tattoos to look right on a TV character that they always look bad?
They've gotten better.
For
a while, I'm pretty sure they were just
Sharpie.
pen. It was pen or Sharpie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, come on.
It can't be that black.
Or black.
When did he get it? That morning?
Or like it's like got a shine to it because but they have gotten better.
Yeah, because there needs to look like there's that layer of skin over it.
On TV shows where I notice lots of things. I have a problem. That's why I don't watch a lot of TV. I notice like you're shooting guns. I'm like, oh, you went through like 30 rounds for your freaking revolver. Or like, you blink every time you shoot and you're a sniper. Okay.
Oh, God.
And then tattoos, I'm like, that shit is Sharpie. I can fucking see it. So they've gotten better. I could definitely notice now where I'm like the tattoos or the shooting or whatever, like, or if people like don't wear masks. Or
now, with that said,
bodies.
do you enjoy a crazy shoot 'em up for the sake of it?
Well, I like John Wick.
Fair enough.
But they're pretty good about the accuracy. They changed
of
mags.
which part?
He trained pretty well, and like when they changed.
I think he's a great shooter doing cool things in a superhero movie.
Well, it's not a realistic movie, but I'm saying they realistically change mags more often than a lot of other movies.
Yeah, for his cool mag changes.
And I try to like take into account. I'm like, this isn't real life. Stop being such a bitch.
Oh, look. I also will hate a movie for something stupid. A perfect example, and it's not hate a movie, but there's the thing that takes me out of the reality of that universe. Could be almost nothing.
Yeah, like no one else would notice. And I'm like,
right. So one of those for me is, and I've talked about it a lot. It's Bane, in The Dark Knight.
Which part?
His character in general
is not a real Bane.
No,
Bane's a lucha libre character, and he.
Yes, right. He's a professional wrestler.
And
he's the real Bane.
He's a lucha libre.
Right. I'm familiar with.
And injected, and then he gets all big.
And it all comes through the back.
And the back,
It's not the fucking face mask.
I have less problems with the new Bane, because at least he's intelligent, than that Bane with freaking, like, which movie was that? Batman Returns or whatever, where he's just dumb. Lucha Libre gets all juiced up. And
that was the one with Superman and Batman, right? Didn't Bane show up in that?
It's like Poison Ivy and the Joker.
Oh, we're
terrible.
talking. But that was George Clooney Batman. Joel Schumacher
that's what I
doing
said.
it.
It was like,
that's garbage shit.
That's worse.
They're remaking a cartoon.
Yeah, but they made him all dumb.
But they weren't supposed to be for us. That's supposed to be for kids. It was supposed to be for 10-year-olds. That's why it's just constantly shining lights and a camera change every 4 seconds.
I'm saying I have less issues with the new Bane than I do with that.
True.
Bane.
My issues with the new Bane
There's a lot.
is simple shit like the prosthesis. Mm-hmm. As I've known a lot of people who now have prosthetic parts, do I think Bane's character is the guy who's going to continually go back to the doctor to get a custom prosthetic made and be like, after 45 minutes it rubs? And so, like, I get a blister, so we need to shave that bit. Also, for that prosthesis to work, he's got to shave every day.
Yeah, and
otherwise, it doesn't have a suction and a fit.
Yep.
And so, do I picture Tom Hardy's Bane character getting up in the morning and shaving? No, I don't.
Well, he could.
But, like, every fucking day? Yeah, well, so his mask fits?
He's very intelligent. And
he's very intelligent.
He also is a planner, so maybe that's part of his routine.
But do you imagine him going to the doctor a bunch of times to get, holding a meeting and then sitting in a fucking waiting room?
Well, he's probably got a crazy doctor. He doesn't have a normal doctor. He's not like, hey, Dan, how's the wife and kids? Like, did Emily get her spelling bee contest? He's probably going to some crazy-ass doctor where he's just
does he have money?
Like a mad doctor who, I don't know, well...
They
probably have robbed.
If he's a billionaire,
he's Bane. So like they clearly and they're working well in that. I have a bigger problem with the fact that he's part of.
Well, doesn't the mask help keep him alive?
I think so.
Because then how does he shave? Does he just take a big breath and then fucking give her hell?
Maybe. Maybe he got laser hair removal. For good.
You think he went and fucking laid at an esthetician's office and got blasted in the face? No way that character does that.
Maybe they fucking just like hardcore laser. They burned off that part of his skin, deformed him more, and like slapped that shit on it.
Or it's that, or like that very clearly custom jacket he's wearing.
Maybe they just like
where I'm like, yo,
super glued that shit, like industrial glued it to his face.
This is a dude dead set on anarchy. Like he didn't take time to get a custom
he doesn't fucking care.
Get a
He's
custom
like,
jacket
dig it
made.
in. I want to feel it hurt every time I breathe.
Right. It'd be so annoying though. Like after 3 months, you're like, oh, I hate this. This sore on my cheek is so lame because I have to shave over it every fucking day.
Maybe he has alopecia. And he
doesn't grow body hair? Yeah. Sick move. What a hack.
And they were like, we don't have to worry about this. Just put it on.
He's just a human egg.
Yeah,
he just cuts through water so fast. Is he
bald in that movie? He has like
He's definitely bald.
See? Alopecia.
But does he have eyebrows?
I don't think so.
Maybe he just got some microblading done so that you could read his emotions. Like he's like, this is the problem. No one can tell that I'm furious because I have this fucking mask on. He was so set for 2020.
It's very possible. Yeah.
Bane was ready for 2020.
Mask. Yeah.
He could have shopped anywhere.
Anywhere. I don't
You're not fucking throwing him out of CVS. No way.
No, he'll blow it up.
Yeah, he's complied. So yeah, that's a thing that I would look at in a movie and be like,
That was not.
He wouldn't go get a mask.
That was not on my list of why I didn't like that Bane character, but now I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be a little thing like that. That'll do it. Whereas, like, if a movie gives me batshit insane from the jump, like, I'm happy to expect batshit insane the whole time. It's like
all the Fast and the Furious movies after the first one, there is no reality.
No, it's the best.
Absolutely.
They're the greatest fucking series of movies ever.
Don't care.
I have a side part of this podcast called Cast and the Furious where me and a guy watch the Fast and Furious movies and just do like director's commentary or viewers commentary. We didn't direct shit. Yeah. Once The Rock shows up in the franchise, it's incredible.
Of course.
Because it switches to superhero films.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's no longer like we're going to steal some parts from a truck.
The trailer for the newest one, number 9.
There's another one?
Yeah, hold on. Let me run you some facts through this trailer because I so wish I could fucking show it to you. Charlize Theron's back. I think Kurt Russell's in it.
Oh my gosh.
We have a new The Rock.
They brought back the Asian guy.
Yes, they brought back fucking Han. He was executed.
The dead one?
We watched him blow up.
How?
Well, Han was also executed by Jason Statham. Yeah. Right? And then at the end of number 8, Jason Statham's like having beers on the roof with him, like he didn't murder their fucking friend.
That makes sense.
Where everything's about family. Yeah. Going into number 9, you have Dom, Vin Diesel's character. There's the big push in the trailer of like family. And then it's
they
like
should have gotten rid of that after.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
But then Dom has a brother we don't know.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No.
So he has a brother.
Who is it?
Wait.
Oh God, I
He's
can't wait.
a
I
stunt
hope
man?
It's someone terrible. Is it Nicolas Cage?
Better.
Because I would be so happy if it was
Better. Well, The Rock's not in it.
I wanted it to be.
The Rock's
Nicolas
not in number
Cage.
9.
They look the same.
So we have. He's a stunt man, race car driver, Navy SEAL.
In the movie?
Yeah, Dom's brother is a stunt car, like race car driver, Navy SEAL spy.
I can't.
Yeah, played by John Cena.
Oh,
who's Vin Diesel's brother. No. Oh God, I'm so excited about it. And they give him like a weird Spanishy look.
No.
Oh yeah. And there's a scene in the fucking trailer where Vin Diesel's tailing whatever supercar John Cena's in. They're off-road, hauling ass, and like running directly at a cliff.
When do they go to space? Because I feel like that's next.
They may go during
like
this
we're
one.
gonna go off a cliff
I'm
and
not
out of the atmosphere.
I'm not sure they don't go to space during number 9 at some point. I'm dead serious.
It's the only way.
No. And so, he's driving this fucking car and Vin Diesel's chasing him. And so he just drives off the cliff.
That makes sense.
Charlize Theron's character comes by in what looks like a stealth bomber style plane.
Oh God.
And hooks onto the car.
Totally.
And then they go, right?
No physics were used in the making of this.
Do you know
movie.
what difference in speed those
That's
two
what
vehicles
saying.
move at?
Like no
Stealth
physics.
bombers move at 1,400. Like move at.
No,
Let's just say they've even
no
got her on
physics.
idle.
Not even close.
Infinite budget, and was just like,
Well, or let's just say the physics aren't a
to
problem.
be fair, the car had NOS, so it's
Sure,
clearly as fast as a jet engine.
Let's just take the physics out. Let's just take the physics
they
out of it,
did,
right?
So.
Right. How many times do you think they'd have to practice this? To have this
Zero,
set up to like,
obviously,
got a cliff, we can just try this anywhere. And like fucking,
They didn't
you know
have
how
to
good
try
and
it.
efficient you'd have to be at this cliff catch to just be like, we can wing it.
Don't even know if she's gonna be here. Just jump off a cliff.
Oh man, I just love
it.
there's a part in like number 7 where the Rock gets mad and he fucking punches and dents a shipping container.
I mean, that's fair because
Like you can fucking not shoot bullets through it. Like
hero, yeah, totally fair.
and fucking incredible. God, it's gotta be fun to make a movie and just be like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't fucking matter.
We do whatever we fucking
None
want.
of this will work ever.
It's the same thing in John Wick, right? It's like, it would make this a lot easier story-wise if there's a way Keanu Reeves can't be
Well,
shot.
like real shooting movies are just not as much fun.
Oh, no, they're different.
Because like if you made it real, I'm like
3 shots were exchanged, and that's
anytime I
basically
watch
the
it, I'm
end of
like,
it.
you're fucking one of you's getting hit, or like
Because bullets go through everything.
I'm like, ooh, your IKEA kitchen table took 18 rounds.
That
of
car door?
freaking military grade rifle shots, and you're like, oh, this 308 can't go through IKEA plastic. I'm like, okay.
Or cars.
Yeah.
Cars are made of nothing.
Yeah, they like if you train it all for like they're like don't use a car door.
No,
use a
get behind the
tire.
fucking engine.
Or the tire is the one thing that maybe is gonna. That's why like cops hide
Yeah, you
behind
get
the
behind
tire.
the axles.
Yes, but like your chance still like you want to get fucking away.
No, that bullet passes through that car as if it wasn't there.
Yeah, for sure. Like I've shot a car.
Yeah, they're fucking great fun to shoot.
They're so much fun to shoot. Yeah, you're just like shooting scenes. I'm just like
The other thing with guns in movies that takes me off is like, yo, guns are super fucking loud.
oh
And so like you see
one
two
loses.
people in a car, no one's got ears on, and someone starts firing an AR. Yeah. You guys don't ever talk again.
You
You can't hear shit for the rest of your life.
I shot a match once where my ear pro came off my ear, and I was like, not gonna stop. Freaking kept going.
You're
I
fucked
still
for a
have ringing.
week.
I sleep, and I have ringing in my ears all the fucking time.
Guns are so fucking loud.
And I'm like, even like shooting my pistols or anything, I'm like, because if you get, like, I think about that currently, like, if someone was to break into a restaurant I'm eating at and someone starts shooting it up, like, I'm not going to put ear pro on. I'm going to fucking shoot them back.
No,
I'm going to be deaf for a while.
If Brant had a desk pop in this room and like we didn't have ears on and weren't
this
fucking
room would be
expecting
terrible.
that gun to go off, like all of us are hurting because like the compression, which people don't fucking know about,
Doesn't exist.
yeah, those type of things. I just got to get one of them invincibility suits that Keanu Reeves has,
I like
and then
when
you're
they
set.
put suppressors on guns in movies, and they're like silent, and I'm like, like,
Man,
okay.
that's one of those movie myths that they just ran with, that the rest of us were like, acceptable.
That's why they get called silencers.
That's what's
now.
called
They
a silent.
silence
Yeah,
them
it's not like a
clearly.
slightly quieter thing
Yeah.
on the front of the gun.
I'm
I
like,
couldn't even tell you how a silencer actually sounds.
They're
And it's-
slightly
so- and it's-
quieter than a regular
and
gun.
223. I had a 223, so a Scar Light with a suppressor on it, and it kind of sounded like a nail gun.
Right. That's
So-
yeah.
but
It's still
a
clack.
308 with a suppressor is going to be louder.
Oh, yeah.
So like if you're shooting a 22 with a silencer, it's like
Yeah.
Not
22 with a silencer is about as close to movies get, but it's still not that.
no, yeah.
You don't get laser noise.
No.
Fuck, it'd be cool if we did.
I know. We should just add that noise on.
Oh,
Like
man.
make it like a little like a
Noted. Brant, whenever we film
Pew, pew.
and we go shoot, all gunshot noises should be replaced with just me going pew,
Pew.
pew, pew, pew.
I like it.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Well, cool. We did it.
Yes.
Success.
Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming, man.
This was fun.
We're going to do more things at St. Louis.
That sounds great.
I want to hang out more.
I would like that.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
We don't always leave the house,
Safe.
but
Well, I think that's why we
well,
like.
and I need to just start
We
like,
have a really cool spot to hang out.
well, so Bonnie's training for a meet in February.
About it.
I'm basically fucking off in the gym right now.
Yes,
So-
I'm kind of incapacitated until my back gets fixed. So.
Yeah. So we need to do something.
Yeah.
I like food. We can always do food.
I love food.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Steaks and whatnot.
sounds great.
Awesome. Well, all right. So Instagram,
Yes.
and you have both your art and or you have the tattoo page and you have your regular.
Yeah, my art page is Marisa Laren Art, and then my personal page is Marisa Laren.
Nice.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Maybe you can do something rad for our for the house on that brick wall.
Maybe.
It'd be fun. It's a cool spot for a piece of art. I just also really like the brick.
I love the brick.
Right.
I love exposed brick.
And the color palette, like I've been seeing you paint, like with the shark painting recently, or the horses.
Pretty
Like,
pink.
yeah, is it? Is
The shark is pink.
no way. Okay, so it seems more
It-
sepia. I guess would
yeah.
be like.
I don't know what it is about the phone camera, but it's pretty pink in person.
Oh no way.
Yeah,
Fuck. How big is it?
it's big. I'd have to look up the dimensions, but it's big.
Are you on canvas or are you painting wood?
Canvas.
Okay.
Yeah. That
And
one's
is that oil?
oil.
Fuck, man, that stuff's so rad. I love it. Now, as we were wrapping things up, your art background, did you educate in it? Like anything? I guess
Sort of, yeah.
professionally educate, like
So I
whatever that
started
means.
taking. Well, I mean, I've been drawing like my whole life.
sure.
I started taking painting. Like I did acrylic painting classes when I was, how old was I? 8? I think I was
Okay.
8 because I think the age limit was 10 and they let me in early.
Nice.
And then my first year of my first semester of college was kind of like pre-med. I was doing like medicine or dental or hygiene. And then my second semester I went for art and I hated both of those. And then at that point I was like 18.
Did you hate the actual coursework or just hate the bullshit?
So I
Because
did.
I didn't like
I didn't-
college.
So I was 16 when I graduated high school, and I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But my parents,
Because you were 16.
16,
Yeah, that's how that
yeah.
works.
And I just didn't really know. And my parents were very adamant on like you should be a dentist or something. They worked in the dentist office, so it was like if you want to be a dentist or a doctor or a hygienist, like we'll help you. Like you'll have to pay us back, but
Oh, I
we'll
gotcha.
help you pay.
Gotcha.
And so my first semester I went towards that, and at a really tiny community college, and I just hated the whole part of all of it. And then I switched colleges to a like state college and went for art, and I hated that even more because like art. Well, I don't know if it's like I didn't go to a school that's an art school. I went to a school for art that didn't really care about creativity. I was doing color wheels and and I was like, I did this when I was fucking
Right.
like 7.
Yeah, it sucks, right? That
And
you
I'm
have to,
like-
you still have to enter it.
Yeah, but I also had friends who were like seniors in their art, like their art graduating, and like they weren't allowed to do their senior projects because they were using like blacklight paint, which makes no sense. They're like, you're too creative, we're gonna fail you at art, and I'm like, this is not what I signed up for.
Who do you
at
think's
all.
the top blacklight painter right now?
This is cool. He
Some
it
guy
wasn't all
killing it.
blacklight, but he made like big, huge bug paintings.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
included blacklight paint into them, so they glue in the dark, like lightning bugs.
Oh,
almost.
yeah.
It was kind of cool idea. And his paintings were cool too. So I was like, this is crazy that they're gonna fail you for
crazy.
using a medium that wasn't technically.
All they should do is care about the technical.
Yeah, like it was crazy to me. So I was
To,
like,
to for them to give an opinion on your grade.
I had a friend too who like in a 2D or 3D art class we had to make boxes, and she made a box that was round. It still had a top, you know,
Understand.
it wasn't square box, but
Yeah, like a little blown out.
A round. No, she made like a round like box, and they were like, "We're gonna fail you because it has to be 4-sided." And I was like, "But it wasn't in the actual like in the instructions. It didn't say that. It just said make a box, has to have a top." So she made it round. And
Not to mention, you have a class full of artists. They're going to try to push the limit a little bit.
I'm like, shouldn't you be like encouraging creativity, thinking outside your fucking box? But really, they just
Our education system's real weird.
They want you to fit inside a curriculum. They don't give a shit about creativity or anything else. And plus, we are a society of do well on tests. It doesn't matter how it applies to the real world. So
God, that's so frustrating.
yeah, it's great. So like, I like learning. Like, I read all the time. I love learning new things. But like, college for me, unless I was trying to be a lawyer or something where I would actually, or an accountant or something that actually.
I feel the exact same way. I don't understand. I ended up with a general studies degree because the way LSU. Oh, it's great.
Good job.
Studied to be a general. Yeah, LSU had a deal where it's like I went long enough apparently and took enough classes that I get 3 minors, and then they just loop that into whatever a general studies degree is. Like, you did great. It's essentially like, you came long enough, you don't have to come anymore.
Yeah.
Here's a sheet of paper. Best of luck.
Terrible.
And so, a graphic design was like my original path, and I didn't enjoy it.
I feel like, yeah, I get it.
I didn't enjoy it. And then I enjoyed like the communication studies classes I did, film classes. I liked all that stuff. I took a class on comic books.
I had a history class, and I took a lot of like AP psychology classes that I loved.
Yeah, I dig all that too. Yeah, because my minors are English, which
I was
not sure how I have that.
Interesting.
Because I write terribly, but I do write a lot. I just never cared to get better at it. I just write really fast. Is basically any fuck he knows. It's terrible.
He's never
Writes a lot, but not well.
I'm not backspacing to retype a thing. I just assume you'll get what I was going for.
I would hate you.
Oh, it's bad.
Oh, it's pretty bad sometimes.
My gives a fuck are just
Bless
super
your
low
heart
because
for
I'm
dealing with
just
that.
moving
The
fast.
problem is that it started to rub off on me because I'm really busy now too. So I'm texting and I just fucking send it, and I'll look and I'm like, there's 8 typos.
there's no right words in that sentence.
But I will go back and edit it if I can and be like, oh shit, I need to fix that and that because I'm like, it's too unintelligible.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't. But I mean, it's not like I'm not sending that in an email to like a company I'm getting ready to work for. It's like,
I would hope not.
Brent, can we meet at 5? And I may misspell a bunch of like it may be like CNA because I got the N in too quick, and I'm not gonna fucking bother go in.
I'll let that slide. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, like 5 OM. That's what time we're meeting. Like, why? Those letters are close to each other on the QWERTY. All right, we'll officially third attempt to leave this thing. It's fucking great, man. I'm so happy having the new studio. Like, it's just a different vibe of like getting to sit and chat. Yeah. So we will do this pretty regular, especially because you're in town, which means you get to be a regular.
Fuck yeah! I can't wait. I love talking.
Hell yeah! Thank you guys for listening, and next time we'll have you on, maybe we'll do like an Instagram Q&A and let them ask us a bunch of bullshit.
That sounds fun.
They're pretty entertaining to do.
Okay.
Thank you guys for listening. Spread hate, always party.